Welcome to Hope for Everybody, a channel that exists to highlight people and places that are all about providing hope to people in need. Check out today's episode.
Hey, this is Chandler, and I'm with Hope for Everybody and Hope Prison Ministries, and I'm here with Russell Rice. Russell has been giving hope to a lot of people for a very long time, including me, in allowing us to have a church at his Burton Hill Shopping Center. So we're real grateful for Russell being here with us today. Russell, a couple of quick questions for you. The first question is, in your experience of giving hope to everybody, would you agree that there is a great need for nonprofits to communicate more effectively with each other?
Yes, we as nonprofits all strive to do good, and individual works can coordinate and support one another and be more efficient.
Yes.
No question.
I think one of the biggest issues that I've run into as a nonprofit is I just don't know who's out there. And one of the examples that I love to give is when we were thinking about this website, hopeforeverybody.org, we were looking at nonprofits at this particular website, and I asked one of the guys in the ministry to go check it out and see if there was an auto repair shop. As it happens, in the last 6 or 7 months, not recently, but last year, a couple years ago, we'd spent probably $15,000 in auto repairs over a short period of time, helping somebody with their vehicle, helping people with their vehicles. And so I asked him, I said, go out there and see if there's a nonprofit that does auto repairs. And it turns out there was. And it was literally 15 minutes from my office. I didn't even know they existed.
Right.
So wouldn't it be great if there was a website that you could go to as somebody who helps people all the time? Wouldn't it be great if there was a one-stop shop, a website you could go to, and you could type in the search engine glasses, and any nonprofit that helps with glasses came up. Auto repair, any nonprofit that helps with auto repair came up. Housing, any nonprofit that helps with housing came up. Wouldn't that be helpful to you as somebody who helps people?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that AI is attempting to do that.
Yeah.
So to have a place that's powered by AI to search the entire world and be able to accurately pull up ministries that can coordinate and facilitate progress for the clients that we serve be very helpful.
Would be very helpful, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So, and would you also agree, Russell, that in the time that you've been helping people, there are individuals out there who take advantage of the system?
Yeah.
And they go from one place to the next place to the next place.
Right.
Without ever really changing their lives and the situations that put them in that place.
Yes. Machiavelli in The Prince, written 500 years ago, said basically that people are going to do what's in their best interest.
Yep.
And that's what you're seeing, is if they can say something and behave a certain way in the short term to get something of more value than the effort they put in to get that benefit, they'll do it. You can just count on people to work in their best interest.
If you're liking this content, don't miss out on future episodes. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. Now back to the show.
Yeah. So if you had the ability to go online and sign up for an account that would give you access to all the nonprofits in your area, and when somebody applied to get help from you, you were able to see everywhere they'd been and to get an idea what their interaction was with that individual, would that be helpful?
Is there such a thing?
There's going to be.
Really?
Yes.
What are you going to call it?
It's called hopeforeverybody.org.
Okay.
That's the website that we're developing. It's going to allow nonprofits to connect with each other in an online forum, which does not exist right now. And I'm going to be able to go in there, and I'm going to be able to, if I'm somebody in need, I'm going to go type in housing, and up every nonprofit in that area that does housing is going to come up. And I'm going to be able to click a button and apply just like you would on Indeed.com. You're going to apply for that individual organization. And that organization is going to be notified that they have somebody interested. And then they're going to reach out to that individual. And then based on that interaction with that individual, the individual is going to say, hey, just like on LinkedIn, would you give me a rating? Would you tell people what it was like to work with me? And that nonprofit's going to say, hey, Would you give me a rating? Would you tell people what it's like to work with me? And so there's going to be kind of an individual rating system that goes on that's going to create, if you will, an integrity score or a character score. We're going to call it the risk-reward rating system. The risk-reward rating system, the 3 R's, that's going to help you evaluate whether or not that's going to be an individual worth investing in.
Interesting.
Because as a nonprofit, we have very limited resources
To do that.
Yeah. And so wouldn't it be worth it to you, if you're trying to think about whether or not you want to help somebody, to be able to kind of see some history and past experience with that individual?
Yeah, sort of a clearinghouse and a vetting process.
Yeah, when I first started thinking about it, I was thinking of the Medical Information Bureau. You know, when you apply for life insurance,
Right.
and when you apply for life insurance, they're going to pull your Medical Information Bureau report. It's going to say, yeah, this guy said he doesn't have cancer. He's lying. He has cancer.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So this guy says he's not a current addict, but we just kicked him out because last week he was on meth.
Yeah.
Well, now we've got some kind of information on that individual that's going to help us make a decision about whether or not we want to help that individual.
Interesting. Yeah, I can see a need for that.
You could see that being valuable?
Yeah, because the people doing the real work, this would be an administrative support function.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And if a dollar comes into a ministry, a nonprofit, you want as much of that dollar to go to the services for the clients as possible.
Yeah.
And if they're each individually burdened with it, figuring that out, then there's less money that gets to the client, less help that gets on the ground.
And when you
Right.
have people taking advantage of the organization and they're taking resources
Right.
that could go to help somebody who really would benefit from it.
Then that's considered waste.
And that would
Fraud and abuse.
fraud,
right?
waste, and abuse. That's what we're guarding against, is fraud,
Right.
waste, and abuse. So you knew the terms without me even saying it, probably from the real estate insurance background that you have.
Right.
So that's what this whole website's going to be about. It's going to be about connecting providers with clients, people who need the services, providers who meet needs, and clients, the people in need. But then it's also going to be about preventing fraud, waste, and abuse by helping nonprofits know more about the people that are coming to them. That'd be worth $50 a month, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
As a nonprofit
absolutely.
organization,
That's
$1,500 a month.
efficient use of the ministry dollars, the nonprofit dollars, because you're outsourcing the administrative tasks to a larger organization that vets for you.
Yeah,
where
well,
your
it's going to
money
be
goes.
automated. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
It's a beautiful
So-
concept.
That's what we're going to be doing. I really appreciate you taking a few minutes to be with us on the show at Hope for Everybody, and I appreciate your time, Russell. Thank you so much.
You bet. What are you going to call it?
HopeForEverybody.org. It's actually live right now, but
Is
the
it?
website's being debugged a little bit.
Right.
But that's the website we've been working on for the last year, and it's about to go live within the next 30 days, hopefully.
I'll take a look.
Yeah, HopeForEverybody.org. www.hopeforeverybody.org. And this is Chandler Fozard. Thanks for joining us today on Hope for Everybody.
We've reached the end of today's episode of Hope for Everybody. If you'd like to be a part of the show and tell us your story, please visit us online at hopeforeverybody.org.